Have you ever wondered why bees die instantly after stinging you? It's a question that might have buzzed around your head after a painful encounter with these remarkable creatures. There's a certain myth that's been floating around about bees, a tale as old as time, that every bee meets its untimely demise after delivering a sting. But is this really the case? Well, not exactly. It's a case of a half-truth, a story that has been oversimplified. You see, not all bees are created equal. There are over 20,000 species of bees in the world, and only a fraction of them actually die after stinging. The vast majority can sting multiple times without any fatal consequences. So why does this misconception exist? It's probably because the most familiar bee to us, the honeybee, does indeed die after stinging. Not all bees die after stinging, but those that do have a fascinating, if somewhat gruesome, biological reason behind it. But that's a story for the next scene. When a honeybee stings a person, it can't pull its barbed stinger back out. This might seem like a strange evolutionary quirk, but there's a method to this madness, and it's all in the design of the stinger. Let us delve a bit deeper into the anatomy of a bee's stinger. It's a highly sophisticated weapon, crafted by millions of years of evolution. Think of it as a tiny deadly harpoon. The stinger is attached to the bee's abdomen and ends in a barbed point. These barbs are what make the stinger so effective and so deadly for the bee itself. When a bee stings, its stinger pierces the skin and the barbed point gets lodged into the flesh. It's a one-way journey. The barbs prevent the bee from pulling the stinger back out. It's like a fish hook. Once it's in, it's incredibly difficult to remove without causing damage. But here's the tragic twist. When the bee tries to fly away after stinging, it leaves behind not only its stinger, but also part of its abdomen, digestive tract, muscles, and nerves. It's a violent and fatal process. The bee essentially disembowels itself. This massive abdominal rupture, as gruesome as it sounds, is what kills the bee. Imagine a scene from a tragic opera where the protagonist, in a final act of defiance, sacrifices themselves for the greater good. It's a dramatic end, but it's also a part of the bee's natural life cycle. Why would nature design such a seemingly cruel fate for these tiny creatures? It's a question that has puzzled scientists for years. The answer lies in the hive. Each bee is a part of a larger whole, a colony, and the survival of the colony is paramount. The bee's sting is its ultimate defense mechanism, designed to protect the hive from threats. The bee's sting, designed to protect the hive, ultimately leads to its own death. It's a poignant reminder of the sacrifices that these small but mighty creatures make for the survival of their community. The sting of death is, indeed, a bittersweet symphony of life, death, and sacrifice. This death after stinging phenomenon is specific to honeybees. You see, not all bees share this fatal sting trait. Many other bee species, as well as wasps, are capable of stinging multiple times without meeting their end. What sets honeybees apart is their unique barbed stinger. When they sting, it gets lodged into the skin of the victim, causing the bee to leave behind not only the stinger, but also part of its abdomen, digestive tract, muscles, and nerves. This catastrophic injury is what leads to their death. However, this isn't just a tragic accident of nature. Honeybees are eusocial insects living in large colonies, where the survival of the colony as a whole takes precedence over individual survival. The honeybee's fatal sting serves as a deterrent to predators, and the scent of the released venom signals other bees to the danger, triggering a collective defense. In the grand scheme of the hive, the sacrifice of one bee is a small price to pay for the safety of the colony. So, to answer our initial question, why do bees die instantly after stinging you? It all boils down to their unique barbed stinger. When a bee stings, its stinger gets lodged into the skin of the victim. As the bee tries to fly away, it experiences an abdominal rupture, leading to its immediate death. This is no accident of nature, but a sacrifice for the colony. Bees, particularly honeybees, are eusocial creatures. They live in highly organized societies where the well-being of the group takes precedence over the individual. By stinging, the bee not only defends the hive, but also signals danger to other bees, ensuring the colony's survival. The life of a bee, though short and seemingly insignificant, holds profound lessons. It's a testament to the extraordinary lengths an individual might go to protect their community. The next time you see a bee, remember the sacrifice it's willing to make for its hive. It's a small creature with a big lesson about the power of community and the cost of self-defense.